All right, so today I've got a little bit of a different topic to cover. I don't know if anybody else has been through this, but have had a really frustrating morning so far, and it really started off with got a phone call from my electric company, and I thought it was kind of odd. And Talked to them, and they said, "Well, we had a bill payment that you sent, and it looks like it got rejected. Did you happen to cancel the payment?" And I was like, no, I didn't cancel the payment, and thought, well, let me check with my bank, see what's going on. So I call the bank, go through some stuff, and I use online bill pay. I've used it for years. I mean, it's probably going on 25 or more years easily. Probably not quite 30, but as long as they've had online bill pay, I've used it. Well, I guess what happened was when I'm paying these bills, you have to select the from account and then the to account, which in this case, the to would be my electric company. The from should be my checking account. Well, I guess you have a drop down list, and I'm assuming I must have made a mistake on this one bill payment. And anyhow, it's the bank told me that I selected a savings account. Well, it turns out this savings account is one that's even closed. It's closed. It's not even an open account right now. So I guess why it would even be a choice is really kind of strange to me. Why I would have even had that option. I mean, I'm assuming that somehow I selected it rather than my checking account when I went to pay this bill. But anyhow, what happened is it got rejected. It went out. Today's the January the 6th, and this payment apparently went out December 30th and then got rejected by January the 2nd. And this whole time, that was 4 days ago, I've gotten no messages from my bank, no alerts whatsoever. The first hint that I had of this was when the electric company called me and said, something happened with this bill payment, and I didn't understand it. It seemed odd to me, so I thought, well, I'm going to log into my bank and take a look. Well, and I log into my bank to take a look, and I've got all these payees listed. My natural gas bill, the electric bill, the mortgage, car loan payments, things like that. I've got all these payees set up that I've set up over many years, and I've been doing this forever. I've been living in this same house for over 16 years now, um, and I've always had these set up to pay this way. So anyhow, I noticed that when I went to look at all my payees, they're gone. They're not listed. So I talked to the bank. I start talking to the customer service at the bank on the phone, and they tell me, well, it looks like your bill pay is locked. You're blocked from it because of this one mistake in this one bill payment. And they're like, well, we really can't do anything about it. We need to transfer you to the company that actually handles the online payment for us. So this isn't even something that the bank does. This is a fairly big bank, pretty well known. I'm not going to name the name just yet, but it turns out that they've outsourced their online bill payment to another company. So they transfer me, and the very first thing is you get a recording talking about how it's a collection agency of all things. That they do collections. And I'm like, well, why am I getting transferred to this? This payment got rejected this one time. And so I start talking to the people at this company, and they ask me all my information, and they're like, well, you're not even in our system. You're not in our system. We only get notified when somebody, when a bill is bounced three times. Like it usually has to go through three times to collect it, and if it doesn't come through, then it goes to collections. Well, I'm in a really terrible situation here because first of all, the account that was selected to pay this electric bill is a savings account that's closed. So I don't even have the option of putting money into that account to fund it. The account is already closed. So I can't fund it. This thing has to bounce. And what they're telling me at this company that uh, has the online bill payment, they're telling me that I need to wait for this to go through 3 times and be rejected, and then they'll come collecting the money. Even though I called the electric company this morning and, I felt really bad about it. I'm like, well, let me pay the bill directly. I took out my credit card, my debit card, and I paid my bill over the phone with the electric company. I got that one taken care of. So apparently, what's going to happen is this other company handling the online bill payment, eventually they're going to get around to this thing getting rejected 3 times because I can't do anything about it now. They've locked me out of my online bill pay service. I can't put money into a closed savings account to take care of it. So eventually they're going to come after it. And I guess it's going to come out of my checking account again somehow, which means I'm going to have paid my electric bill twice. And then I'm going to have to go back to my electric company and say, hey, can you send me the second payment back? It's really a totally ridiculous situation. And pretty much the whole morning, I was going through different customer service representatives from the bank. 3 times they transferred me. They said, well, we need to transfer you to someone else. Well, every time they transferred me to somebody, it was this outside bill pay company that basically kept telling me, well, we can't do anything. So I would go back to the bank. It was constantly, the whole morning was being bounced back and forth between the bank and this online bill pay company. And the online bill company ended up giving me an email address of all things. So to resolve this, I sent an email to some payee maintenance email address. Now, that is to me ridiculous. Like that's how we're going to resolve it. I mean, I have outstanding bill payments that I've already scheduled. I sit down a couple times a month and I schedule my bills and I schedule them online to be paid out like a week out, 2 weeks out. I have, bills that I've scheduled out 2 and 3 days out. Now, I was able to at least look at the activity and it shows that, yeah, the funding account is my checking account. But now that they've locked me out of the bill pay, are those even going to go through? I have no idea. And nobody at the bank could confirm that to me. They couldn't confirm it. They couldn't tell me for sure. So I have no idea if my other bills are going to get paid on time. I mean, I'm in a totally ridiculous situation, and I needed an event. This is like one of those mornings. I actually went into work today, and I was trying to talk to a few people on the phone, customer service, and it just got to the point where I couldn't handle it anymore and do my job. I had to come home. I basically had to come home and try to deal with this. And it's still not resolved. And this online bill pay company that has the online bill payment service, it's been subcontracted out to them, apparently. They're telling me to wait till Friday or Saturday to call them back and see if it's bounced enough times before anything can be unlocked. And right now, no, everybody's telling me they can't do anything. The bank can't do anything, and this online bill pay company can't do anything. So everybody's just sort of relegated the responsibility out to somebody else. There's not one place I can go to. And I've tried to go through supervisors at the bank. I was like, I got tired of the customer service and I said, look, I need to talk to your supervisor. And I went through that whole mess and I just wasted an entire chunk of my day on this and it's not resolved. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. If anybody's got any similar story, I'd love to hear it. I think at this point, there's another bank that I'm using. It has online bill pay availability access. Um, I need to have an alternate way of paying bills other than this one bank, because when they lock me out, I'm done. So I think going forward, I'm going to have a second bank ready to go with online bill pay, and I may have to I'm at this point where I'm actually considering closing all my accounts with this particular bank. But yeah, let me know if you guys have had a similar story. I'd love to hear it because this really kind of hit me hard. One little thing, one little mistake, and I can't get it undone. So yeah, let me know. and we'll chat later. Take care.